We start off with an exclusive story on 4 News now at 6 o'clock. Spokane County has the highest rates of domestic violence in the state. And when guns are used, it's much more deadly. Now advocates want to make it harder for domestic violence suspects to keep their guns while they're awaiting trial. Good evening. I'm Aaron Luna.
And I'm Nia Wong. You know, as we saw in court today, they've got a long way to go. Our Elenee is live at the courthouse to break down what happened and what advocates are doing to fix situations like this.
Sometimes even a court order isn't agreed to by judges, prosecutors, and police. That's what we saw here today at the courthouse, showing how hard it is for domestic violence victims. Trying to save them is not so black and white. Carl Smith faced a judge today in the type of situation Spokane is seeing more often. Domestic violence suspects awaiting trial, ordered to surrender their guns. Here's what the law says right now. If someone's arrested for domestic violence, police can see if that person has guns registered to their name. The suspect then has to call Crime Check and have officers come get their guns. That's what the court order says Carl Smith was supposed to do. But instead of giving his guns to police, he gave them to his family members. Here's where the gray area exists.
That order to surrender is clear when it's handed down that if you have guns that you need to surrender them to law enforcement. Giving it to a family member is not sufficient.
So he believed that he wasn't going back to the house, that the weapons were at the house, and that he was not going to access the weapons. That was his belief. That's what he believed he was told to do orally by the court.
Prosecutors wanted Smith back behind bars. But the judge disagreed and said because Smith doesn't have the guns himself, she let him go. A frustration today for Spokane police.
It's the court's order that we're trying to enforce, and it'd be nice to have the court's support when we're enforcing their orders.
And police aren't the only ones who are frustrated.
So the system definitely has, again, some gaps that we need to work on.
That is what the Spokane Regional Domestic Violence Coalition is trying to do through a firearms technical assistance project, trying to keep guns away from domestic violence situations.
There's really a wide range of people that recognize that guns and domestic violence are throughout our system, and so that we all need to come to the table to make sure that victims are safe in our community.
Now, for at least the next 2 years, the coalition will be working with local judges, prosecutors, court clerks, and others to try and handle the situation better. As you can see, not everyone agrees on how to interpret this law. In Spokane, I'm Elenee, 4 News Now.